This is big, though, Rick.
Would you call that odds-on favorite, then?
You got to like his record, but think about these front row starters. There could be a 10-point swing right here on lap 1 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We've already documented you can run all over this racetrack. If I'm tuning in and I'm watching the trucks for the first time and I wonder what's going to go on, watch this. This is going to be big.
First lap, and it's Johnny Benson and Ron Hornaday making up row number 1. Who will lead the first lap? Who will get those 5 bonus points? We're about to find out. Green flag in the air, side by side at the start-finish line.
Even so, look at Kyle Busch. He doesn't want either one of them to lead this race.
Kyle Busch makes the bold move on the bottom of the racetrack and takes the lead coming out of 2.
Ryan Newman up at the top of the racetrack making it 3 wide.
He was just out there. He knows there's a lot of grip up on the top of that racetrack. He didn't waste any time going up there. Look, into turn 3, all the way to the high side of the racetrack. 3 wide on lap 1.
3 wide as they work their way through 3 and 4. Again, that's Ryan Newman in the number 2. He was on the high side of the racetrack making the move toward the front. And it's going to be Kyle Busch who will lead the first lap. Ron Hornaday right behind him. Johnny Benson 3rd.
Ryan Newman started 10th, running 6th, lap 1.
Ty Bodine is happy that these guys got to, whoa, he squeezed him into the wall. That was close. Newman was on the outside of Bodine and he didn't realize it. Almost took Newman into the wall.
That would have been a difficult start for Ryan Newman's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series career, since it is his first start. Let's take another look at that.
Ryan's probably thinking, oh, that's how we're going to play, huh? Look, this is the first lap, making his move around Rick Crawford on the first lap. Next time around, it gets a little dicey for him.
Yeah, he passed Mike Skinner and Eric Darnell. The next time, you see Scott Speed on the bottom of the racetrack right there, 3 wide. Watch him go on the high side.
Look at that. Right up against the wall, coming out of turn number 4. And again, that was the first lap for Ryan Newman.
Now he's ducked down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to go under Johnny Benson on the low side. I was saying, Tybo and I and them, those guys didn't like that truck, but they got to work on it, Phil, after practice. That's unusual for the Truck Series.
Very rare, because normally all these races are impounded after qualifying. With no qualifying because of rain yesterday, then these guys were able to work on these trucks. It's just kind of a traditional weekend like we used to have. But I was talking to Mike Hillman Jr., Ty Bodine's crew chief, and he said, we were not very good. We took a big swing at it here before the race.
And that's a swing that they couldn't have taken if it had been a normal race weekend. They would have had pretty much what they had. They were able to work on that truck, hopefully improve it. Look at Newman, up high, down low.
Looked like Johnny bobbled a little bit there right in turn number 4, and it allowed Ryan to get a run on him, take over the 3rd spot, or the 4th spot.
Looks like Ryan Newman's comfortable up on the high side of the track. Well, that is, unless Todd Bodine tries to take that territory away from him.
Watch the right side of your screen. That's when Ryan Newman was going to make the move around the outside of Todd Bodine. He gets right here and he says, I'm not sure Todd knows that I'm there. But it doesn't look like Ryan made any contact with the wall. Watch, here's another view of it. Watch, this is the Toyota onboard of Mike Skinner.
This is just a veteran saying, I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to roll off the gas. And when it all went down, he said, I was right. That wasn't going to work.
Yeah, that was a law of diminishing return right there, and he knew that he wasn't going to go there. Adam?
And in the category of no news is good news, Ryan Newman has been silent on the radio. We saw how good he was in practice earlier today. 10th to 4th in 5 laps. I think the deuce is going to be just fine.
Ryan Newman running down at the bottom of the racetrack. It seems like he's been making most of his momentum on the high side of the track, but that's where he's been able to pass people. And using that momentum coming off of turn 4, has rocketed that number 2 in front of quite a few trucks. Take a look at this. So Johnny Benson's dropped way back.
Started on the pole, and he's already back outside of the top 10, falling behind Scott Speed and Terry Cook. That'll put him in 9th or 10th spot. Phil, this is not a good start.
It's not. He's lost 4 positions in the last lap. Johnny's running down the middle of the racetrack right there. You hear him back way off. Chad McCumbee drives by on the outside.
McCumbee talked about how poor he thought his truck was handling in practice earlier, but right now he's running better than Johnny.
Well, and these guys, Rick, they're filling their trucks out. If you're good, like we saw Ryan Newman make a big move early, then that's great. But if you're not good, struggling like we see Johnny Benson doing right now, he knows in about another 18 laps he's going to get a chance to work on that thing. And they have proven time and time again, Trip Bruce and that team, when he gets to pit road, they can make that truck better.
But Chad McCumbee was driving away from Johnny Benson. There's a battle right there. That's a battle for the 6th spot. Ty Bodine on the inside. Watch on the right side. Here's Scott Speed on the inside. Ty Bodine in the middle. Scott's going to get a little bit loose. Oh, look how tight that got. Actually, Todd actually squeezed Terry Cook, and was going to be the same situation as the Ryan Newman situation off turn 2. Terry backed out.
I think Terry
Cook still trying to get by Todd Bodine now. Terry Cook in that 59 Team ASC Toyota Tundra, getting by the Lumber Liquidators number 30.
It's great to see that 59 truck with a good run. Terry deserves a good run. Jim Harris deserves a good run. These guys got back together here. The last race at Martinsville looked like they have a good run going.
I like what I'm seeing out of that team. Starting to feel some of that old magic.
Out in front, Kyle Busch is going to lose the lead to Ron Hornaday. Hornaday made the pass on the inside. Here comes those 5 bonus points that Hornaday was looking for on lap number 1.
He hasn't got him yet.
Kyle Busch isn't backing down, that's for sure.
Ron said, man, how about a break? I need them 5 points worse than you can imagine, son.
Give the brother a break here.
Give me some slack. I need some points.
There will be the 5 bonus points. So Hornaday has now led a lap. Takes over the lead here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kyle Busch drops back almost 6 truck lengths.
Hornaday leading the race. Johnny Benson all the way back to the 12th spot. The difference between where they are right now.
Boy, Ron Hornaday right up next to the wall coming off 2.
Somewhere around 65 points or so.
Yeah, actually 63. There's a 2-point difference now between Johnny Benson and Ron Hornaday. Adam.
And they just told Ryan Newman on the radio, you are running away from everything behind you. He feels very confident in the early going. Just came on the radio and said this truck is a tick on the loose side. Newman riding 4th, and a couple of spots behind him, Todd Bodine. Todd actually riding in the 7th position right now. Phil talked about the wholesale changes they made after that only practice session the weekend earlier today. The word for Todd in the early going, tight in the center of the corner, Ray.
Well, if he's a tick loose, then we can tell you that Johnny Benson is extremely loose. At first he thought he might have a flat tire, but he says now he believes it's just chassis issues. They're going to go down on the track bar. That'll help tighten it up a little bit. They'll pull a rubber out of the right rear. That'll help tighten it up a little bit. Johnny said right now on a scale of 1 to 10, he's a 7.5 to an 8 on the loose side.
And generally, when you get to be 9 or 10, that's when you spin out. So
that says you're actually trying to turn back to the right.
He's right up against spinning out right now.
Ron Hornaday in front of the field here, and Ron Hornaday actually now in front of Johnny Benson in the points battle.
If the race were to end right now.
And it won't.
And it's not.
It's not even close. We've completed 13 of the scheduled 130 from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ron Hornaday in front of the field.